Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in and being here with me. I appreciate you very much. Quick reminder to join me on the locals, on Rumble as well. Also join my mailing list to stay in touch just in case, and follow me on Instagram please, because I have some travels scheduled and you can see my travels there. And also check out my website if you want to contact me or if you want to support me by purchasing the books that I have written for children and a novel. Today I have 3 topics from Poland I would like to talk about, and something at the end of the video that I would like to address as far as my channel and certain type of guests on my channel. So what I will be talking about with you today is the consequences of sanctions in Poland, an example of one of those consequences. Also about the alert levels in Poland at this moment, and about PGNiG, that is a Polish state-controlled oil and gas company that I've mentioned before in my videos. So let's start with the sanctions. What are the consequences of the sanctions placed on Russia? I think all of us are very aware of it, and we will become even more aware of it in fall and winter. But I want to bring up one company that I very recently came across this information, and this company is called SULZER Turbo Service Poland, and is actually based in, maybe I should use the past tense, was based in Lublin. This company is going to lay off almost all of its employees, which is 150 people. And apparently this company was in some way owned by a Russian oligarch, and that company was manufacturing various types of turbines and refurbishing, working on those turbines in that place. So in this way, we have 150 people losing the job because of the sanctions put on Russia and on the Russian oligarchs. Now, I came across an article which I will attach down below the video. So click on more, scroll down. It's a Polish article, but you will see the image, you will see the picture of the employees standing with the Polish flag at the front of this building of this company. And the translation, you can also translate yourself, I know, you can Google it, but the translation under this picture says that the petition did not help, the protest of or explanations about the lack of ties to the Russian oligarch didn't help. SULZER Turbo Service Poland is preparing for a group layoffs starting in July. So we are in August already, everyone. I feel for those people because those layoffs are going to affect 150 families. It's going to affect every single person who is laid off. And, you know, some of them might find the job, some of them might not. And this is how you handle situations like this, really. You have professionals who have worked in this industry for so many years on such a complex products that are experienced, that have knowledge, and they're going to lose their job because of the sanctions. This is the first information I wanted to share with you. The second one is also quite interesting because I don't know if you remember, I think many of you do, when I've mentioned this company PGNiG and that they were announcing the increase in prices, gas prices, 300% in this coming fall and winter. I actually started to hear some opinions or coming across certain informations that instead of 300%, it will be 400%. Nevertheless, it's a crazy high number of increase. But what is even more interesting is that this company, it's a Polish state-controlled company. has reported estimate financial results for the second quarter of 2022. This data shows that the company did not do as well as analysts estimated in their forecasts. They also clearly show the impact of the energy crisis caused by Russia, as Poland had to buy gas at the price much higher than until recently. PGNiG's debt increased significantly. The debt due to loans, bonds, and leasing at the end of the second quarter of 2022 amounted to 15.7 milliard zloty, which is $3.4 billion. And this is the increase of 6.5 milliard zloty, which is $1.4 billion, comparing to the end of the first quarter of this year. So we're talking in March, their debt was $1.4 billion, and now we have the end of the second quarter, which is June, right? June is the end of the second quarter, so they already had $3.4 billion debt. This is the increase. Now, in spite of the prices going up, right? Now, what is also in the topic of this is that there is a company which is apparently a competition to that PGNiG, and that company has around 51% of Finnish investment in it, as if it's owned by Finland. But this is thanks to Maciej Maciek. Again, link down below, follow him if you understand Polish. He said that this company, the competition, is connected to Rockefeller, and actually it's all strings connected with Wall Street. So there is the company that is not PGNiG, is not state-owned, is privately owned, and has no problems with, it looks like, with any debt. And they actually have profits in the last quarter. Yeah, this is the reality. We all know what's going on, right? Now, the other information which I didn't know about it, and I just came across this, and I want to say first this. Some people in Poland, some YouTube channels call our Prime Minister Pinocchio. And many of you know who Pinocchio was and why his nose was very, very long. So that is the reason why this nickname has been chosen for the Prime Minister, besides his nose probably too, but this is not about the length of his nose, this is about what it represents to be called Pinocchio. So Morawiecki, extension of alerts levels in Poland until the end of August. The Prime Minister announced that there will be an extension of those alerts, and there are two kinds of alerts that he mentioned. One is Bravo, which is the second stage alert, and the second one is Charlie, which is the third stage alert. And I will go into it, what those two alerts represent, what they mean. So Pinocchio, let's call him this way, decided to extend these degrees by the end of August. They speak clearly about the threat to the security of the state. As you can read in Business Insider in Poland, from February 21st, important date, February 21st, Pinocchio signed an ordinance to introduce these degrees. The reasons for these decisions were the events in Ukraine and the risk of war. So isn't it quite interesting that he actually signed this document on February 21st when Russians unexpectedly entered Ukraine on the 24th, 3 days later? Well, you know, maybe he just signed it in advance in case, preparing because, or maybe they knew something. What do you think? So we have alerts from February 21st, and now we have them extended to the end of August, this month. So what is Bravo alert? Bravo alert is the second out of 4 levels of alerts, and it may be introduced if there is an increased threat of an event of terrorist character, or such a threat is anticipated, but the target of a potential attack has not been identified. And what is Charlie CRP? It is introduced in an event when an event happens that confirms the probable target of a terrorist attack in a cyberspace. Yes, so this is the situation. So I have those 3 informations here for you. And there is one more thing which is quite important for me that I want to mention before ending this video. And if you do appreciate this content, please hit the thumbs up. It helps my channel. It actually helps with algorithms, so more people have this video recommended and they can watch it. I want to talk about someone who I have been having conversations with for over a year now, and that is Ashala. It's a lady who is very spiritual, and she reads tarot cards, but she has a lot of spiritual depth, and she also, like me, reads the energy and is a very, very special person in my life. I appreciate her very much, and many of you know. Many of you who have been following me for longer, you know my connection with Ashala. Here is the situation, and I'll be very upfront with you guys, because as you also know, I started to talk about geopolitics more, especially since the situation in Ukraine happened. And because of me being Polish and moving back from US to Poland, the decision was made before this conflict started. I already had a ticket, but I really wanted to understand what's taking place there. And I started to dive deeper into those topics, like political topics, and here on the ground in Poland as well. I think I can bring you some different perspective because of this, but at the same time, I am not just a person who is interested only in politics. I have many interests in life. You can talk with me about history, about travel, about art, about all sorts of things. And I like it this way. It's not just monotopic personality. And you know, after I have been interacting with certain guests of really high caliber on my channel, I have received some part of the audience that became very critical of me having someone who reads tarot cards. And I can understand this because we literally use different parts of brain, or we have a certain belief systems too. So it's a combination of both. That's why the latest video that actually, I always ask this political questions, and she looks into those cards, but those are political questions about current events. I decided to post our newest video, which I have done with her yesterday, on my Patreon. And the reason for it is this: YouTube is my main source of income. And if I put my energy and time, and I'm an empath, so I can feel those negative comments, I move on, but I can still feel the energy of it. I can feel the good energy and I can feel the bad energy. So it's not that it only affects me to some extent, but it creates this energy field that it's not supportive of anyone's work. And for now, at least until the end of August, I think that's what I will do, because on my Patreon, I know those who support me there for like $5 a month, they will go there to see our conversations because they value it. And those who don't, they will not have it, at least for this month, on my YouTube channel. But why I'm telling you all of this, you know, at the end of the day, it's my channel and it's my decision, but I want to hear from you, from the audience. And I would like you to leave very honest comments about how you feel looking at my channel and seeing someone who is not the political analyst or military expert or anyone of that kind of interest or expertise, but someone who is more from spiritual side, looking at the current events from a different angle. So please leave this comment down below, because I will still stay in touch with Ashala and we're gonna continue our work. It's just, at least for this month, it won't be available on YouTube, only on my Patreon. If you wanna support me there, I appreciate it very much. And I know she will as well. So this is it for today. It's important for me to talk about it because I want to have connection with my audience and I value my audience very much. Many of you, like I said before, you feel like you are a far family that I don't see, but I feel. So thank you for being here with me. Leave the comments down below and until next time, lots of love, everyone.